Hack Tokyo Metropolitan High School. Build your own viruses, social engineer your way through retro firewalls, and integrate yourself into a hacking underground network, all within an alternate history where Japan has been erased by a totalitarian American occupying government. This is my latest game, a hacking sim built around social engineering, cracking challenges, and a living underground network. At its core is a sleek virtual computer from an alternate 1989, complete with its own strange, addictive retro gaming library. It's packed with hidden layers, a full coding sandbox, a found family of hackers, and a story that aims to stay with you long after you log off. In this video, I wanted to go a bit deeper into the OS simulation and show you some of the retro games I've actually built using my custom C++ Raylib engine, and give you some other little snippets as to what's coming up next. So, are you ready? Let's begin. This is the Bradsonic 69000, the virtual computer running everything in our game world, and this is its desktop environment. As a retro gaming fan, I'm linking it to the CGA visual format from the mid-80s. It's taking immediate inspiration from the nostalgic workstations of the original Apple Macintosh, Apple Lisa, NextOS, Amiga Workbench, GEOS, OS/2, and Xerox PARC. In our game's alternate historical backdrop, the massive American chip manufacturers have had full access to a weakened Japanese nation. No longer called Japan, it's called the American-Pacifica Isles. And because of this market exposure, along with the access to huge silicia deposits found in the surrounding region, I've been able to invoke and concoct my own interpretation of this dual video high RAM hybrid computer. This is what I'm calling CGA+. A type of color management that when in operating system mode defaults to a limited color palette, but at the same time, via a dedicated video chip within the Bradsonic's monitor, the computer has access to a 2000 color palette and an ultra-fast 2D, 2.5D and 3D low-poly graphics library. There are several apps on the OS, including a GUI, accessible modem, file management, systems folder, and a full working terminal complete with its own library of familiar Linux and DOS-based instructions, a dataset to allow for playing and recording of in-game physical media, and of course, OS games. This is where I'm planning to host some of my cheeky unlockable content and a few little Easter eggs. Over here we have the health status monitor showing certain settings and preset configurations. This includes how much memory is available on the hard disk, a real-time clock, regional information, and its running status. Now the real-time clock is real-time, but it's hard-coded to 1989. Rad. Working with the constraints of a limited palette really got my creative juices flowing. I have included some exciting little apps and games for the player to explore at their own leisure. This is Bradsonic Chess, which pits the player against the computer in a classic game of chess. It works using the PyChess library that's available in Python. Super easy to plug into the operating system, and because it's technically running on a modern PC, the AI can get pretty challenging. But I am terrible at chess, so hopefully we'll be able to find a few playtesters that will be able to give this game a good kick for its money. That'll be good. Is that you? No OS environment would be complete without the classic card games. I have added the essential solitaire and this cheeky little draw dice rolling timeline management cyberpunk detective game called Civitas Nihilium. My plans for the Bradsonic operating system are getting super exciting as well. I want the player to start building viruses, worms and trojans using the machine. Now in order for that to happen, we need to have a programming language built. I'm going to start building that, but I'm going to have it structured on C++ and Raylib. So we have a programming language that's really similar to BASIC, really simple functions, really easy to learn and simple to use, but underneath is C++ plus Raylib plus Python. I think it would be really cool if we could have that set up, not just for viruses and trojans and worms and part of the actual narrative itself, but also for when we're building sandbox moments within the game. So my idea is that you actually have a moment to chill. You sit on the OS, you play a game of chess, you play a little game of solitaire or Civitas Nihilium, and then you go into the IDE and you start playing about and making your own games. Actually, that's just given me a really good idea. Yeah, hang on a minute. Why not have an opportunity where you can actually export the games yourself using the data set, and then that opens the file management OS on your actual computer. So what you do, so basically you build your own games, you have them built, they package as an application like a .exe, maybe using PyInstaller or possibly even just using C++, we can have a compiler that runs on the back end, then what you would then do is you could then export your own program and share it with other players of the game, so other players around the world can play the games that you make and vice versa. That would be sick. Yeah. Yes, love it. Great, amazing. Love it when that sort of stuff happens live on a recording. Sick. Now I know what you're thinking, good God, building apps, building games, building viruses, that sounds really flipping scary. Yeah, it kind of is, but don't worry about it. What I will do is I will make sure that there is plenty of hand-holding throughout the experience of this game. We have NPCs that are accessed through a support network that come up on the side, kind of like a support window that will guide you through everything. I will make sure that this part of the game starts super easy, super small, with simple commands, logic, and a huge library of functions. I'm nearly there, so I'll be sure to feature it in the next video. I love sandboxes within games. They can give respite to intense narratives and really allow the player to explore at their own pace, play games and look to better their scores on the leaderboards. Speaking of which, this is Cybertrain. This is the game that I've been working on since my last video, and I am super duper chuffed with it. It's a game where you build interconnected networks that allow for the distribution of human beings, artificial intelligence, robots, and transhumans around the network. What you're effectively doing is you're building a stock market within the game and allowing yourself to kind of manipulate the commodities market, manipulate the inside trading aspect of the game to ultimately gain as much money as possible. Now you've got 6 years to do this. The game is limited to a 6-year period and there's an in-game global leaderboard, so you get to see who's doing best within the community, who's actually made the best possible network, and it's super duper fun. The biggest problem with this game right now is that I am too into it. I start developing on it, I start tweaking it, start debugging it and stuff, and then I end up just playing it for an hour and a half. I am so addicted to this game. It's super neat. If you love the original A-Train on the Commodore Amiga, you'll love this game. It is really, really addictive. I'm super duper chuffed with it. I can't wait for you to check it out. In order to ensure that the Bradsonic's game library isn't just sci-fi and cyberpunk, I have also started developing the next game, The Battle for the Nile, where you take charge of Napoleon's fleet led by the admiral whose name I definitely cannot pronounce even if I flippin' well tried, as you attempt to fend off a surprise attack from Admiral Nelson. It was a famous battle where 13 ships versus 13 ships went at it in the Nile and the French were completely beaten strategically. My obsession with alternative history just couldn't resist trying my hand at designing a game where the odds are totally stacked against the player. It's a turn-based sim with combat similar to the early Civilization games, and of course in Bradsonic style, this too will have a time or term limit challenge connected to yet another global leaderboard displayed in-game and on Steam. If you weren't aware, I've actually started live streaming again, and I'll be featuring this game on my next live stream. I stream every Wednesday and I cannot wait to meet you there. It's a chilled affair where I'm welcoming suggestions from the community and a whole host of other activities, competitions, and super fun times. If you subscribe to the channel and click the notification bell, you'll know when I'm going live, so please do that right now. Thanks. So if you like the look of this mad game, please consider liking, subscribing, wishlisting, and leaving a comment below. It's how the YouTube algorithm finds me and pushes me out to wonderful people like yourself. So yeah, I can't wait to see you on the stream. I can't wait to read your comments. I'll reply to every single one of you. And yeah, thank you very much. It's been a really cool time making this, and I hope to have you on the journey with me. Cheers. All right, sweet. That was great. All right, awesome stuff.